Cashier number 9, or at least most of Cashier number 9 have dropped in. Lads, pleasure to meet you. And I've got to say, listen, congratulations on what is a fantastic debut album, which I'm absolutely loving. Got to ask first though, you have a guy called Jason Faulkner playing on that, who I'm a big fan of. How did you swing that one? Blackmail?
Well, we were out in LA recording a bit, and David Holmes, who produced the record, he actually used Jason on a few of his movies, and he dropped by the studio and was kind of like, I've got a bass idea here, so we'll throw it down.
Bass 6 is kind of his vibe as well. So just pretty much through David.
And how do you feel about the album? Can you listen to it objectively? Because I mean, I've been listening to it to the death of fun, is what it's called. Are you pleased with it? You must be.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's kind of like 6-7 years in the working, you know. The second one I'm kind of worried about. No, we put everything into that record, so we're really proud of it. I think it'll sound good in 20 years, you know.
It's kind of, I suppose you could say it's power pop, maybe, for the want of a better expression. Is there kind of a reverence to bands like Big Star in there as well? A little bit, Matthew Sweet maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's a big pop thing. I'm a fan of Big Star. Yeah, kind of classic pop, really.
That intentional though, probably about the. So I'm talking about his songwriting here.
Well, you know, it's just a big collection of sounds, and I spent a lot of time working on the arrangements of songs and making sure that they flow really well, and that's what my efforts went into, and then brought the demos to David, and David kind of took a lot of the guitars out, put a lot of synths in and stuff like that, which was really nice.
And what's David Holmes like to work with? I mean, I've interviewed him a number of times, and he seems like a fairly chilled out type of dude.
Yeah, he's lovely guy. Very easygoing in the studio, and just kind of gets the best out of you.
It's convenient as well because David and Danny David's out in LA at the minute, but he has a house around the corner from Danny. So it's kind of handy for those two to get together whenever David had sort of free windows of opportunity with his own work. You know, Danny'd nip around for a week or two here and there, and that's how he got most of it nailed.
Mm-hmm. There's an attention to detail on the album that you really can't get away from. Is that does that create problems live? Is it hard to recreate?
You know what, I think we kind of only really figured out in the last 3 months maybe.
Yeah,
I mean we've just got another 2 members in the band, playing like harp and stuff like that, and percussion, and you know, it is quite hard. I mean, there's a lot of old vintage gear used in the record, and I can't really afford a lot of gear, you know, but we do it well, you know.
Yeah, some of the songs there was like 100 tracks went down, you know, so trying to figure out how the hell we're gonna make this happen.
100 actual songs, or
no,
and you're worried about the second album?
I think it's just a lot. I mean, there's some sounds there you obviously have to go without live, but we try and pack as much of it in, you know.
Live shows have been going great as well, so I think that they'll keep getting better, but we're kind of close. We're pretty happy with how we represent the album live, you know, so sounding good.
Well, speaking of live, you're on stage in pretty soon actually, so we're looking forward to seeing you. Thanks a million for dropping in, and congratulations on a brilliant debut album.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.